Hi, welcome to Vinyasa Wellness and Weekly Wellness Tips. Today I'm talking about mindful eating. What is it, how do we do it, and why is it important? So mindful eating is eating in a relaxed manner that allows us to appreciate our food and absorb more nutrients as well. That sounds pretty simple, but I know it's really hard these days when we're running from place to place. Our schedules are packed, so we're often grabbing a snack and running out the door, or eating in our car. Oftentimes there's snacks laid out all over the table at work, and that can become lunch, and that's not mindful eating. So my challenge to you, my tip for the week, is to try to spend one meal a day at least where you can really sit down and give your meal some time. So why is this important? First of all, from a heart and soul perspective, it's really nice to spend some time with yourself in contemplation or with the people that you care about, and also in sending some gratitude to how your food made it to the table. We can appreciate the abundance that we have and all of the work that it took to, get the salad in front of me. If it was somebody else who cooked it for you, or everybody who works in the grocery store, the farmers, and people involved in that process, or even the waiter that brought it to your table. So spending some time in gratitude is always good for your health. Digestion-wise is obviously the main reason to eat mindfully and really take your time. I'm sure you've heard that digestion starts in your mouth, but actually it starts with your nose. Again, this is where cooking your food or sitting for a moment and showing gratitude in front of your food can actually help from a digestive standpoint, because your brain starts to send signals to the rest of your system that it's about time to eat. So your mouth will start producing saliva, your digestive system in general will start producing all those enzymes that you need to break down your food. So once you take your first bites, how do we eat mindfully, and why is that important? Well, first of all, taking the time to chew your food is really important. And you may have heard the guideline to chew every bite 30 to 40 times. That's a pretty good rule of thumb. It allows your food to be broken down into bits that are small enough. It allows the saliva to circulate through all of that. And you know what? It allows you to taste your food. You've spent all this time preparing your food, or somebody has, and it's super delicious, but once it leaves your mouth, you're not going to taste it anymore anyways. So spend some time savoring those flavors and enjoying the food and letting your mouth do its part of the digestive process. The other really interesting thing about saliva is that it binds to the nitric oxide that is in your foods and delivers it down into your system, which goes into your bloodstream and increases your blood flow. And increased blood flow is so important for many aspects of our health, from heart health to brain health, healthy skin, energy, you name it. Blood flow is good, and it's pretty amazing to think that saliva plays a pretty significant role in that. So chew your food. The other really important reason to chew is for bone health and the structure of your face. You have the temporomandibular joint, your TMJ, that if you're not using it and chewing properly, you could be misaligning. Also, for bone density, as we use our mouth, it actually signals, no matter your age, the stem cells that are largely stored in your cranium, so they're actually pretty close, to come and help maintain and build the bone density of all your facial muscles, including your jaw. So that's a pretty important reason to keep chewing, and to give yourself some foods that take chewing to do. It's important to not rely on a smoothie or processed food for all of your meals, because you simply aren't chewing enough. So finally, I think the important thing about chewing your food and eating mindfully and taking some time with yourself or the people around you is that this gives your body time to signal satiety. So you've worked up all these systems to send the signal to digest, and then you need to send the signals that I'm done. And that will help you with cravings later in the day. It will help you in situations where, and don't get me wrong, celebrating is great, and sometimes those indulgences when you don't really need to eat is okay, but this will give you really the satiety and a little more clarity in those moments on if this is something worth indulging in, or if maybe you could reduce that extra consumption a bit. So it should save you calories and help with overall weight control as well. So once again, the wellness tip here is to shoot for 1 meal a day where you can eat mindfully, chew your food, make sure those bits are going down in small enough pieces that you can absorb all those nutrients. Otherwise, they'll just go down and out. So enjoy your meal. Bon appetit.